All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging. Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
When you're high up, everyone can hear your voice.
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
When you're high up, everyone can hear your voice.
Alright guys, we're back for another episode. This is going to be episode 16. Now, as the title goes on, I just pull Mona and Yanfei. Not bad for this to pull. I already need some Mona to dive some into the water. Now we're going to switch
Inactivity
the
serves
team.
no
It's
purpose
going to be
whatsoever.
Raiden Shogun, Mona, Yanfei, and then Jin. That is going to be, but before I will do the main quest, I will not going to do any main quest yet, but instead of doing the main quest, I will do the side quest. As you see guys, there are a lot of side quests to do, so let's get started. And please do not forget to hit the smash button and subscribe to my channel. Now let's go on.
Honorary knight. Is something the matter? A stranger with an eye patch. Let me think. Oh yeah, I remember seeing someone like that. A blonde stranger dressed in unusual garb. He was wandering all over Mondstadt at first, which I found rather suspicious. So I decided to keep an eye on him for a while. I lost him pretty quickly. Still, I didn't think that this was such a huge matter that we needed our outrider to pursue him by air. As long as Master Jean is here, there's nothing to fear from some suspicious, unusual-looking person.
That might be true, but if it were up to Jean, she'd take this way more seriously.
That is true. But on the other hand, knowing that Master Jean may overreact to the situation is all the more reason to not tell her, no? Anyways, Oh yeah, he was at Wagner's smithy for a while before I tried tailing him. He might have said something to Wagner. You should go ask him. Maybe he has more news about our stranger.
No wonder you're a master.
What? You need something? Here, I remember him. He showed up a few days ago asking to buy a bunch of forging materials. Can't say I've heard of any of the materials he mentioned, though. He then had a look at the weapons in my shop before leaving. I've heard that he can be found drinking at the Angel's Share. If the Knights of the Guild want to get hold of him, that's the only place to be.
The Angel's Share? Well, Master Diluc probably has his eye on that stranger too, then. Anyway, let's go to the Angel's Share and have a look.
What will it be? Grape juice or apple cider?
Hey, Charles! Have you seen a blonde stranger who wears an eye patch around here by any chance?
That I have. He comes here every night. Just to drink, though. Doesn't order anything else. He even sometimes mixes his own drinks after he orders them. I don't know anything else about him, but from his selections and mixes, I'd say that he's quite the connoisseur.
And what's Master Diluc's opinion?
Why, I just gave it to you. Quite the connoisseur.
Investigating everything as always. Guess that's Diluc for you.
If you're looking for that gentleman, he ordered some new bottle of wine in advance yesterday. So he should be here today, too. There's too many raucous patrons on the first floor, so if you want to wait, best to go to the second. Ah, welcome, sir. The wine that you previously ordered is here.
He's really here? Let's go downstairs and have a look. Wow, he's got no intention of paying us any mind, huh?
A traveler, you say? Why are you traveling? Well, that's as good a reason as any. Sit down over there, then.
So, guess we've broken the ice. What a weird guy.
That little one beside you.
That's not true, and you know it.
It's indeed a good thing to have someone accompany you on your travels. My name's Dainsleif. I suppose you have some business with me? Sure.
And he was so cold just a moment before. Paimon's got a bad feeling about this.
But I will require advance payment. 500 mora, and 3 answered questions. The 500 is a one-time fee, and we'll settle the questions in a moment. That's it.
Well, now Paimon's got a really bad feeling. That kind of compensation can't be right.
Ah, thank you. Now, as for my questions, I'd like you to answer them here and now. The answer to a question says nothing about right and wrong, only about differences in attitude. I only wish to know what your choices are. You need... Question 1. The crisis Mondstadt faced was resolved by an alliance between yourself and that Animo Archon who calls himself Venti. Who, in your view, was the key to ending that crisis? I know everything that I should. Well, answer the question. Is that your answer? I see. Question number 2. Rex Lapis, who has defended Liyue Harbor for millennia on end, used his gnosis to lay down a contract to end all contracts, of which the stipulations are still unknown. Who do you think will defend Liyue Harbor in the future, now that they've lost their deity? So that's your answer? I see. Now for my final question. This world has people who gained visions, and those who did not. Which of the two do you think hold more importance in the eyes of the gods? So, this is your answer then. It seems that you're different from her. I'll take that 500 mora. And now I also understand your views on this world. That said, I only take commissions related to the Abyss Order. Like you, I am currently on a journey. You intend to find your sibling, while I wish to oppose the Abyss. Ugh. Those creatures that serve the Abyss are the fangs and claws by which the Order spreads chaos in this world. I have come to Mondstadt this time while on the trail of an Abyss Herald.
An Abyss Herald?
An even more twisted abyssal being. One that commands the Abyss Mages.
Oh, that's right! We've just been fighting against the Fatui and Liyue, who are human too! We haven't encountered the non-human Abyss Order at all!
There's some reason behind that, I'm afraid. It's possible that they may have been under orders to avoid your path.
Oh, that does sound pretty dangerous. Maybe they're looking for a better time to ambush us or something. Uh-huh. Where's...
That manner, it's just like hers. Well then, let's go see for ourselves, shall we? According to the leads I have on hand, the Abyss Order has re-infiltrated the Temple of the Falcon. Let's meet up at the temple. Perhaps your questions about the Abyss will be answered there. This abandoned temple does bear some marks of the Abyss, the Falcon of the West. Though it can soar in the wind, it ultimately does naught but hover under the light of the gods. Oh, it's nothing. Let's head inside.
I hear you've got a job for me.
The scent of the abyss is getting stronger. It's not far now.
Paimon wonders what the Abyss Heralds look like. Do they look something like the Abyss Mages?
Let's head further in first. If we do see that creature, that'll spare me the explanation either way.
You can't run!
Motion to compel.
Wind, hear me!
Go as one.
Shiver! There is no escape! Born to oblivion! Shine down! There is no escape! Punishment!
Wrath of the flame. Incinerate.
Boom! Judgment! Things are getting interesting. I swear by my sword!
Go as one.
Just a few abyss mages? Seems like that herald might have already left. The abyss. It is chaos, and it is also destruction. It is a morass of inconceivable madness that encroaches upon this world's very foundations. That is why even the Dragon of the East, a servant of a deity, was unable to resist its corrosive powers. And the creatures of the abyss desire nothing less than the overthrow of a world ruled by the Archons.
You seem to know a lot about the Abyss, Dane.
Well, we do have some history. I suppose that's as far as chit-chat goes. We should head to Wolvendom. Judging by the traces I'm following, their next appearance may be within the territory of that old wolf. Perhaps we may find our Abyss Herald there.
I think we can do the boss in here for it going to be one way. And then after defeating the boss, maybe I will do Storm Terror to complete some of the battle pass in here, guys, before it will expire for days, but it will going to continue over and over. So we'll already still have level 1. The long way to go. It's I think it's level 50. Same items, same everything. There we go. We're just going to do the wolfing thing. And now I'm going to try to beat the boss before I proceed to the side quest. So let's start in here, guys. I should bring back my old team. Uh, we have Radiant Shogun, and then
All right,
we're going to
let's
use
head off.
Kazuya, and then we're going to use what's this? Kokomi.
All is accounted
Kokomi.
for.
And
Let's move
then we
out.
have 2 spellcaster, 1 swordsman, 1 pole arm character. That is going to be the team in here, because the wolf boss, I think it's a ice type, so we need fire and air to match the attack. So let's do this.
Let's move out.
Well, we're in Wolfendom now. Think Dane's waiting for us up ahead? We should meet up with him quick, in case the wolves decide they don't like him.
Let's move out. Torrent, bring refuge! Uphill battle! Let's move out. Incinerate! Now you shall perish! Shine down! Hold on!
Fine.
A brash maneuver! Motion to compel! Boom boom! Time for your arraignment! Incinerate! Objection!
Clouds high. The birds call.
Allow me!
Insolent.
Billowing surge! Uphill battle! Ha!
shattered!
Motion to compel.
Torn to oblivion!
There is no escape!
The room!
Shine down!
Alright guys, now we're going to do the side quest. I already beat the wolf. After this side quest, I'm going to try to beat Storm Terror. I will check first how many mice. What do you call this? I could use one of these. Yup, maybe I could use one of that to restore my restaurant. And then we're going to face child in here, which means it's going to be a tough battle because I do not have any good character. I need to discover this map to go to Inazuma because as you see guys, this is going to be the main problem on this team. Kazuya is very good, but the problem is I cannot level up him because we need this item, and then the more you progress this level for Kazuya, it will going to make worse. We need to beat the samurai boss in here. These are the material that we need to level up for Kazuya. Even Balls, he can only reach level 40. The rest I cannot level up. As you see guys, this is going to be the problem of these two, so I will not going to ascend it yet. I have the, what do you call this, the quest in here to increase your world, but I'm not ready for that. So we're going to do, first we need to clean up the side quest, all of this from the top to bottom, and after that maybe I should uh, do the quest in here. I think it's the day of forging. And that's it. And then I will try to unlock the Venti story. And then we have Mona. And then we have Zhangli. There are two of it. There's a lot of storyline that we're going to do. But first I should activate some. Oh, we can't use this, I think. Yup, we need to complete the quest. But maybe I should try what? Okay, let's unlock Diona in here. There we go. We're not going to use the hangout yet. We're just going to focus on the side quest. That is going to be the bottom of the story of that I'm covering this video.
Lord of Wolvendom, great wolf king of the north, sharp of fang and keen of claw, and yet dwelling here only. No, nor does it know me. I only know these things because a previous traveling companion of mine once wanted to hear its story. All right, let's go see if that Abyss Herald has stopped by here.
Well, where do we begin? because of these strange bonfires, Zane?
Indeed. See that? Floating above the flames? It's an abyssal spell. Knowing what I do of the Order's habits, they've probably left similar marks behind elsewhere. Let's have a look nearby.
And there's another one of those bonfire spells! Looks like the abyss really has been a... Yikes! Where do these monsters pop out from? Let's clear them out, and quick!
Breath of the flame! Boom boom!
Do you think that those monsters by the bonfire are under the Abyss Order's control? It's kind of scary. Let's beat them up first. Rust and Revic! Whew, that's that! Let's go check out that bonfire. Looks like this bonfire's also got something to do with the Abyss.
Have you finished searching? I searched around these parts and found some signs myself. But they were left behind by abyss mages, and there was no deeper abyssal power to them. It seems that even an abyss herald would not wish to make trouble with the Wolf King of the North. We should leave as well. If there's anything praiseworthy about that old wolf, it's his territorial nature.
But now we're out of leads. Are we going to have to give up?
No. There is one more place we can go. Let's get a move on then. I'll wait for you at Storm Terror's lair.
Guys, now we're going to go to the Storm Terror, but before I go there to continue the quest, I'm going to face Storm Terror again, because we need to farm some of the boss to get some battle points. In here, where's that? Defeat the boss 10 times, that's one of it, and then I think where's the other one? Is this one, because the special boss is only appear once a week, which means we need to farm this one very soon, because it's allow me gave the points around 1350. That's a lot of points to leveling up for the battle pass, and then we're going to gather some points. What's the points? There we go. We have uh, one wish, and I one standard wish, one event wish. That is 1, 2, and then 3. This one you can select any weapon that you desire. For we have the sword, claymore, spellcaster, bow, and pole arm. If you reach level 30 and then the level 40, it will give you the wishing, the standard, and the event. The event is only good for 4, but on the standard it gives you 5 wishes. But if you reach level 50, you will gain 680 Premier Gem. So we're just going to save the battle points in here, and then we're not going to wish anymore because I already do that. Now we're going to go back on. I wait, before I go back, let me get the crystal flyer in here. Because you're going to need this if you're going to farm some, what do you call this, artifact, if you reach higher level. But for now, I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to save. Wait, do I forget something to do? It's no, it's 2 days. So it's not yet. There's another crystal core, or where's the, I think it's this one. It has crystal core in here. I always mark it down the most important item that I need to increase my level or anything to make my gameplay smooth. So we're just going to climb around here. Get this one. There we go, guys. And there. We're just going to collect this. There we go. And now we're going to face Storm Terror in here. Alright, let's use this team. So, how many minutes that we have been alright, we already been streaming for 40 minutes already. Oh, maybe... No, wrong button. Okay, let me see if this is worth it. Yup, I can do this. Oh, no. Ah, come on. I pressed the wrong button. I'm just going to check what is worth it. Or they are just the same, but they already add some of the few items. I prefer to do this level 50 because the problem is we are lower level. If I do level 60, my team will be knocked out. So let's do this. Let's do the level 50.
There is no escape. Illusion shattered. There is no escape. Inazuma shines eternal.
Incinerate! Inadmissible evidence! Allow me!
Illusion shattered! Ha! Shine down!
Motion to compel! Hold the line!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! The wind knows it.
Incinerate!
There is no escape!
One with nature.
Shine down! There is no escape! Now you shall perish!
I already reached Battle Pass level 2. Now we're going to continue the quest in here. I think it's around here. Let's talk there. In this mark of location. There we go, guys.
I've heard about what happened to you during Mondstadt's crisis. When you came, this place was known as Storm Terror's Lair. But I suppose that this place is more lair than Storm Terror at this point. In fact, if my memory serves, this ruin has had largely nothing to do with that dragon for a long time. The first time I laid eyes upon the ruins of old Mondstadt, the dragon of the East had yet to fall, much less come to nest in this place.
Huh? But Paimon remembers that Dvalin first got in trouble hundreds of years ago.
Don't think too much about it. Do you remember the light actuators that once sealed this ruin? If the Abyss Order is interested in this location, then they will not neglect those mechanisms. Let's go see what the situation is at those light actuators.
Look! There are lots of monsters gathered over there.
Illusion shattered!
Motion to compel. Chia. 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 Ha. Chia. 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 Ha. Breath of the flame. Boom boom. Chia. Ha. Motion to compel. Chia.
There is no escape!
Into the wind. Time to go.
Billowing surge. Rest and rebuild.
Illusion shattered!
Incinerate! It's a hung jury.
Oh, so in the end, we still couldn't find that Abyss Herald. Bummer.
I wouldn't call not having to gaze upon such a creature a shame exactly. Still, I do believe that you will come across one eventually.
No, you're right. If it's a really powerful monster, it would be best to go around it.
How good it would be if all perils one encounters in their journeys could simply be solved by going around them. Once upon a time, yes. I simply have experience from adventuring together with that traveling companion.
You know, Dane, you keep talking about that person this and that person that. Where are they now, anyway?
She no longer travels. I'm afraid that traveling can be too exhausting at times.
Oh, is that how it is? Well, why are you traveling alone then?
I still have some things left unfinished. Once they are done, I too will return home to rest.
Yep, and it's good to have a home to come back to, isn't it? We camp out a lot when we travel. Hey, once you find your sibling, we should find a place to stay too, shouldn't we? Mondstadt's Fisherman's Toast is pretty tasty, but Liyue's one-man restaurant is great too. Either way, we should settle down in a place where there's good food.
Home. Well, it won't be too late to think about where you stay once your journey reaches its end. While you're still traveling, you should...
Huh? What's familiar?
A familiar feeling, you say? It could be someone you know well, or perhaps a monster. Whichever it is, we should see it for ourselves, and thus see clearly. We can reach the top of that cliff from over there. Let's go.
Whoa, Dane moves really fast, doesn't he? Let's use that wind current nearby to catch up.
Can you still sense that familiar feeling that you spoke of earlier?
But it doesn't feel like there's anything around here. No monsters, no people, nothing.
Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything strange about this place. It doesn't look any different from the last time I was here. My traveling companion brought me here on our previous journey.
So, Dane, what about you? What's your favorite place?
Me? I no longer remember. I merely followed my traveling companion around on that journey. That's all there was to it. Huh? A ruin guard's footprint. A ruin guard was wandering around here? No peace to be found, even for a single dandelion.
What's gotten into you? You were just spacing out. Huh? You mean your sister? But how could that be? You only touched that dandelion for a second.
Perhaps that dandelion bears some sort of scent that only you recognize. As for why, has it perhaps experienced something related to you?
You're saying some real confusing stuff. Paimon doesn't get it at all.
Do not rush. Vexation and anxiety are the enemy of rational thought. Your journey has only just begun, has it not? At least you now know that she is still on this world. At this time, the most important thing is the journey to find her itself. Yes, and this is something you must keep in mind as the meaning behind your journey. May you find your kin at the end of that journey. Well then, let us part ways here for now.
Huh? You're leaving? Already?
Only for now. Don't worry. We will meet again. After all, I did take 500 Mora and those 3 answers you gave me.
Alright guys, we complete the first side quest of the day. We're going to do what else we can do to the quest. Maybe I'm just going to search the item. Let's do this one. So where's this? Okay, I think it's simple enough. Wait, I forgot. I was crafting something material in here. Let's go first there. And then I will just going to check the material in here. You know, on the blacksmith that I craft for the crystal to level up my weapon. I think it's this one. Yup. And it will level up the battle pass too. That's one thing. And there we go. Now I think we need to cook 20 dishes. That's simple enough. And then we do the bounty And we cannot do this because we do not have any teapot yet. So we're just going to do that first, guys. We're just going to cook. Let's cook in here. I do not have any chicken. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I'm low on chicken. Okay, let's try to cook 5 of these. There we go. We got the 5. And then maybe I should cook some of this. Oh, let's go with gin. Okay, we cannot manually cook for this yet, but we need to cook 9 of these, and then it will activate the automatic cook, the amount that you want to cook. Okay, 3 more. Yes, we unlock it. Now let's try to cook 14 of these. There we go. We cook 14 of these. I hope the battle pass we gain for leveling up for that. Ah, come on. Okay, now the battle pass we complete for those. And then what else that we can do? Oh man, we need to spend some Mora. Which means either you level up your character, weapon upgrade, artifact leveling up, that's one thing. And we need to do, let me check the abyss in here before I go further. Now let's see, can I manage it? Let's try some of it. Okay, let's try this one, guys. Okay, my team is going to be Kazuya is so low. This is going to be the problem. So we're going to use Raiden Shogun, Kazuya, and it's going. Maybe I should use Shangli, and then the last will be Kokomi, my original squad. Now we're going to use. No, I think this one is better. I think. Now let's see.
Shine down! You're toast! Illusion shattered! Inazuma shines eternal! Clouds high, the birds call! Wind strike! Shine down! One with nature.
Allow me!
Now you shall perish! As one with wind and cloud, into the wind.
Rest and read it!
think I passed my first challenge. I hope it's 3-star. Now let's go to the second chamber of floor 4. Okay, this is going to be tough, easy.
Illusion shattered!
Allow me! Out of the frying pan, into the fire! Covenant of the Deep!
Wind strike.
Torn to oblivion!
You're toast!
Wind strike.
There is no escape!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Boba, get them!
Shine down!
Out of the frying pan, into the fire!
Illusion shattered!
Hold the line!
There is no escape! Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered!
Billowing surge! Nice and spicy!
As one with wind and cloud.
That is so close. At least I got 3-star. Not bad. So one more. And then we're going to check the reward. So maybe I should go with the attack. And let's see. What our enemy here?
Shine down!
Allow me!
Time to go.
Out of the frying pan, into the
Torn to oblivion!
nice and spicy!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
There is no escape!
Not bad.
Shine down! The mortal plane of fleeting joy.
one with nature.
Your choice! Bubba, get them!
It's so close. At least we got perfect 3-star for 3 floor. 3 chamber. Now we're going to claim the reward. Let's claim this. Oh yes, at least we got premium gem. Now let's see what kind of garbage artifact that we receive. Okay, junk and junk. Now I'm going to check the artifact. What is this? Oh man, junk. Garbage of the garbage. Nothing good. Now I think we need one more to... I think there's one more. Yup, we need to do one more, and then we're going to go back with the side quest. We're just going to do one more, and then I'm just going to... Oh man! Man. No, I can't do this. I don't have any good up setup for the second team. This is going to be tough. But maybe I come back maybe in the last day. So, alright guys, we're going to go in Liu in here, guys. We're going to just do the side quests in here because it's going to be difficult. Oh, there's Ganyu. I can see Ganyu. It's up there, but we're not going to talk. We're just going to ignore it and then focus our side quests. We need to reduce my list of the side quests because there are too many to do on my side quests. I want to clear up first the side quests. So let's go in here. So how many minutes that we still have? We still have 50 minutes before I end my stream. Oh, we're going to claim this reward. And then let's get this. Oh yes. Mine. That is a lot. Okay. Now let's check the reward. We have this, and this. So how many? Oh no, it's going to be so far. But before I do this, the glide, when I'm going to unlock first on the one stock first before I go in here and proceed. Now let's see. All right. There we go, we complete one of the side quests. Now we're going to do... Okay, what's this? How do I... Okay, let's let's finish this quest. And then so that we could unlock my what do you call this? Tea house? Or it is tea house, right? Where's that? Not tea house, it's tea pot, I mean. Alright. We're going to do that first, guys. Now we're going to go in here. Let's see what we could gain in here. Wait, Yanfei is already low in health. Let's heal her. Come on, heal me. Yes. There we go. Now we're just going to talk with this dude. Now we are heading. We need to head here, guys. So how many premium we are at? We are 400. I'm not going to I wish any banner yet, but on the next banner I'm going to still skip for it. Maybe on the third banner. Let's see what we going to get on the third banner on Genshin Impact. Oh no. Alright. Oh man. I'm terrible. I'm terrible to talk to those people in here. Alright, here we go. Our
But you
Alright,
didn't
we
let me
complete
finish.
that, and now it will allow us to activate the teapot in here. Now we're going to... Oh, there's another side quest. Let's pick it up first, those. Because we do not want to miss a single side quest. And it's going to add another side quest. It will never going to end. But we will just going to pick up this. Yes. Just give me the paper. But I will not going to do that first. I think it's here. Let's teleport. And we're going to sit around here, guys.
Miss Yanfei, what is this about? Are you here to tell me how much I owe?
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the ore inlaid on those hairpins may not be Smaragdus Jadeite after all.
What do you mean? Are you implying that you already sneaked off and found them?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. Let's just say I made some deductions. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus Jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. It most certainly would not be smooth to the touch. Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time. Not even the slightest bit unwell. I didn't feel anything special at all, in fact.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Crossel's vicinity. If I've deduced correctly, he may still have the Smaragdus Jadeite in his possession.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and expose his dirty scam right to his face!
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. Eventually, he would find some argument to compel us to leave. And then, he'd throw the Smaragdus Jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist somewhere in this world.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience talking.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them. Fortunately, I have far more elegant solutions at my disposal. I'll share them with you in due course.
Well then, since you're so experienced in dealing with problems like this, perhaps you could help me, Miss Yanfei.
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, can I ask you to please sign this contract?
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? Paimon can't even keep track. It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than a certain someone else we know.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, I require a written contract. Any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your capable hands if you will take it, Miss Yanfei.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well. And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
This contract has so many pages. Paimon's all out of brain juice again.
Alright, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be quite straightforward to resolve, once we've got some things squared away. I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before, in which case, hopefully this should be quite the experience.
Miss Yanfei, I have to ask, why are you helping me?
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. I noticed strong traces of geoenergy around Mr. Crossel, so perhaps he has, in fact, secured some. Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter, but either way, it's a lead. As long as we follow it, who knows? We might just be able to get our hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite. Also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage, I won't stand for it. But again, let's not dwell on this. Let's go to... where can we find someone who processes ore? Ah, I've got it! Let's pay a visit to Chateau, the boss of the Jade Mystery. He's a professional when it comes to working with stone and ore. If Mr. Crossel had his ore worked on at all, Chateau would undoubtedly have been his first choice.
Why, hello there, honored customers. Welcome to... Oh, it's you, Miss Yanfei. Is something the matter? Surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one can ever win? Oh, I swear on all that is sacred.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnine merchant named Crossel enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnine merchant named Crossel, you say? I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore, claiming that it was Smaragdus Jadeite. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus Jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to contradict them. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the ore as per his request.
Do you have any leftover debris from your work on it?
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all, so I kept a few loose shavings to study myself later. They're right over there, in fact.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
Huh? If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-sections and patterning suggest that these are Smaragdus nephrite shavings. Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to make jewelry all the time. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite, though no one's ever proven it.
A thin layer of separation, huh?
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy. Smaragdus nephrite is an entirely ordinary ore, containing no elemental energy whatsoever.
Is that so? Well, we might as well give elemental sight a shot. So, did you find anything? So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao was able to tell what it was just by looking at the shards? That's pretty awesome.
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time. These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them apart. There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates to an astronomical difference in terms of the market price. And, I'm sure, a significant difference in the cost of having them carved into shape.
All right, let's focus up. We're going off on a tangent.
But, never mind, Shirto. Why would Mr. Crossell...
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. Let's take some of these shavings back to Chateau.
Try your luck betting on Jade?
Miss Yanfei? Might I be so bold as to inquire,
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store was in fact Smaragdus Jadeite, did he not?
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact. Here. It says quite clearly, 1 chunk Smaragdus Jadeite, uncut.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing record and these stone shavings?
Of course. But might I ask why you need them?
Oh, I have my reasons. Ah, yes. Please sign here on this affidavit. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the, ore that Mr. Crossell brought to your store. Please read it carefully.
Yes, I see. Forgive me for asking again, Miss Yanfei, but might I know the nature of the incident on this occasion?
I wouldn't say there's been an incident, just a minor issue. Thank you, sir. I'll take these with me.
With this hard evidence to back us up, Crossell won't dare try to deny what he did.
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. We need to find something a little more compelling. If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. Nope. Aha! Got it! Sinxie. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith. Let's go pay her a visit.
Well, that was quick. How come you know so many people?
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. And contracts, well, I should say laws, are very important to us. But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated. How can I put this? It just seems like they're hard to understand and impossible to finish. As such, legal advisors like myself provide quite the popular service indeed.
So you help them make sense of the law. But didn't you say that it's hard to understand and impossible to finish?
Yes, well, that's no obstacle because I've memorized all the legal codices.
You memorized them?
You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advisor's bread and butter, you know? Oh, this has nothing to do with being an adeptus. I just like reading things.
Again, with that casual tone.
Well, that's that then. Let's go look for Sinxie.
Oh, Miss Yanfei, it's you. Has something happened? Did the client from last time,
Have no further trouble from then on? Yes, of course. I'm just here to ask you a few questions. Has a merchant by the name of Crossell asked you to put him in contact with a jewelsmith recently?
Crossell? Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant from Snezhnaya, no? Yes, he came to me with a chunk of something he called Smaragdus Jadeite. The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some work to find someone who was up to the job. Eventually, I found an older jewelsmith who made them exactly according to his specifications. This order was on hold for a very long time, and only completed quite recently, which is why I remember it so well.
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence to be found here.
Miss Inksy, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more. When Mr. Crossell commissioned you to find him a jewelsmith, did he or did he not assert that the material he presented to you that day was called Smaragdus Jadeite?
Yes, I'm sure of it. The hairpins were made using many expensive materials, and the asking price was quite high, so we had to put this transaction on record with the Ministry of Civil Affairs. Mr. Crossell wasn't very familiar with the necessary procedures, so I filed it on his behalf. I also kept a copy for my own records. See for yourself, the item is called Smaragdus Jadeite Twin Phoenix Pins. The inlaid gemstone is recorded as Smaragdus Jadeite. The document even has the official seal of the ministry on it.
Thank you, Sinksy. Now, could you let me borrow this document?
Sure, it isn't serving much purpose here anyway. I take it then that there's been some more trouble?
Nothing you need to worry about, just a minor issue. I'll return your document as soon as I'm done with it. Thanks again!
Why is everyone's first reaction always to assume someone or something is in trouble?
I believe we have almost all the evidence we need. We just need to make one last trip. Let's go to Boo Boo Pharmacy to speak with Dr. Baiju.
The weirdo with the snake around his neck? What do you want to speak to him for?
Because only he can provide an authoritative statement confirming that Smaragdus Jadeite is harmful to the human body. Once we have this final piece of evidence in our hands, we can wrap this case up.
Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast.
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out gathering herbs. And if it isn't Miss Yanfei as well, now that's an even rarer honor. What business brings you here, might I inquire? Some charlatans peddling ineffectual medicines again, no doubt?
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragdus Jadeite.
Smaragdus Jadeite? Why, yes, there is some information about it included in the 6th commentary on the 7 Mountain Treatises. The 7 Mountain Treatises states that this substance springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. It is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in contact with it for a prolonged period, best case scenario, they fall ill. Worst case scenario, they'll suffer great changes in personality and their illness will only ever get worse. Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to chit-chat. Knowing you, Yanfei, and given the specific nature of your question, I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit attesting to the pharmaceutical peculiarities of Smaragdus Jadeite?
That is indeed the case. If you would be so kind, Dr. Baiju.
No trouble at all. It's just a single document. Won't take me a moment. I would mention, though, that you are not the only one who's developed a curiosity for Smaragdus Jadeite recently. A Snezhnayan merchant came to ask me about it not long ago. But after I gave him my reply, his expression shifted to one of remarkable disappointment. I wonder, Miss Yanfei, if your pressing business might be related to this Snezhnayan merchant?
You needn't concern yourself about that, Dr. Baiju. Thank you for penning us that document. I'll make sure to compensate you in due course.
You're too kind. Take care now.
That Baiju guy is as weird as ever. Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossell.
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now be in a position to assess the compensation due.
Yes, my investigation is indeed concluded. I can now provide a final figure for the amount payable.
Wonderful. Well then, please, could you do the honors, Miss Yanfei?
Of course. According to the stipulations of the contract, Mr. Crossell, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original transaction price in Mora.
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her? Surely there's been some kind of mistake, Miss Yanfei.
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid within the Smaragdus Jadeite twin phoenix pins that you rented out to Mr. Chow was, in fact, Smaragdus Nephrite. Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine. Accordingly, you are liable for this sum, which is payable to Mr. Chow in Mora.
Material evidence? What material evidence? Why, Miss Yanfei, you cannot frame me like this. I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus Jadeite, and yet you claim that the ore inlaid on the hairpins is somehow fake? I demand to see your evidence.
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an authoritative assessment of whether it is genuine. Traveler, please produce the evidence in question. If we want to determine whether the ore is genuine, we need to start with evidence from the Jade Mystery. Clearly, you still have a few things to learn about this aspect of... This is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and an affidavit signed by the business owner, Chateau.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between Smaragdus Jadeite and Smaragdus Nephrite. How does this prove anything? In any case, Smaragdus Nephrite is the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite. So I had him cut away the nephrite, he returned the valuable jadeite core to me, and some nephrite samples remain in the store. What am I missing exactly?
That's an unsubstantiated belief.
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated. And we are here to talk about evidence, aren't we?
Ugh. Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't convince him at all. Seems like he came prepared. What should we do next?
Hard evidence. Something legally binding. We have just the thing. Show him, Traveler.
This document proves that my hairpins are the real deal, doesn't it? This is the Ministry's seal, after all. It shows that the ore inlaid on the pins is indeed Smaragdus Jadeite.
Our second piece of evidence didn't work either. And this guy's getting more belligerent by the second.
You know, you could be right. Perhaps the hairpins are the real deal after all.
Of course I'm right. All the evidence shown supports my story.
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do recall one final piece of evidence that we haven't revealed yet. Traveler, would you do the honors? This shall...
What's this?
Smaragdus Jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. Sustained contact with Smaragdus Jadeite over a prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a mild malady, while in serious cases, the patient may suffer a dramatic change of personality and fall seriously ill. Mr. Crossell, were you aware of these peculiar properties of Smaragdus Jadeite?
I had no idea.
No idea, you say? I'd guessed as much. But for you to have rented out such a dangerous item... I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the Ministry of Civil Affairs. However, I'm sure that the Ministry will be relatively lenient considering that, as you say, you were ignorant of the danger you posed. Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that all the evidence presented here will be handed over to the Ministry. I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation in their investigations.
What? Wait! I knew.
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear Mr. Crossell. But if you knew of Smaragdus Jadeite's dangerous properties beforehand, why would you...
Huh? No, The hairpins aren't actually
inlaid with genuine Smaragdus Jadeite? Is that what you were about to say? You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that this means that you will have to pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original price in Mora? Mr. Crossell, Your answer, please. My client and I are waiting.
Yanfei's seriously intimidating right now. It's like she's a different person.
I admit it. I confess. The ore I had inlaid on those hairpins was Smaragdus Nephrite. But I'm a victim in all of this too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of Smaragdus Jadeite in the hopes of turning it into a piece of jewelry that would fetch a fine price. But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel extreme discomfort. I couldn't sleep a wink or eat a single bite. I was in a constant state of agitation, too. I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn as jewelry. But how could I let all that money go to waste? That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus Nephrite, which is almost indistinguishable from Smaragdus Jadeite. I kept the real Smaragdus Jadeite in a specially made box. I daren't touch it again. I was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them. And then to top it all off, Jiqiao lost the hairpins after I rented them out to her.
Exactly! If they weren't the real deal, why'd you make her pay so much?
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus Jadeite, some of my business partners found out. I knew they'd be watching closely to see how much I could make off it. If word got out that I sold a pair of fake hairpins, then my days in this line of business would be over.
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction with my client. According to the contract, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original price in Mora, and that is final.
10 times?
Crosel looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to my contract with Mr. Chow, 20% of that sum will go to me.
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus Jadeite!
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have to pay me that much, Mora. Even if the Smaragdus Jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear responsibility for losing them. Legally or not, I think I owe some compensation for that.
Ms. Jiqiao, you...
However, Mr. Crosel, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus Jadeite, why don't you give it to me instead? I'll consider us even.
What? But all right, then. This cursed rock's brought me enough grief as it is.
Miss Yanfei, I'll turn this Smaragdus Jadeite over to you. I trust that it will suffice as remuneration?
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should go. But whatever. It'll do.
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yanfei. When you have the time, I'll be sure to visit and express my thanks more appropriately.
Oh, come on. No need to stand on ceremony. Now, if I may confirm this again, Mr. Chow, have you and Mr. Crosel come to an understanding?
Well, yes, I believe we have.
Well then, that's good. Mr. Crosel, it seems that my client has no further claims against you.
Is that so? That's good. That's good.
Actually, Mr. Crosel, I'd like to talk business for a second, if I may. I could see from the hairpins you produce that you're very skilled in jewelry design. My family, on the other hand, works in the ore business, and we have a fair stock of fine ores. If we could join forces, your jewelry designs and our choice ores, I think we could do some fine business between us.
Let me think for a moment.
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus Jadeite that Granny wants too. All's well that ends well, eh?
Exactly. Usually when someone tells us they've lost something, we end up searching all over the place for it. But this time, you managed to solve the problem with just a big stack of documents. Even though the solution didn't involve actually finding the hairpins.
The right solution depends on your perspective on the problem. The objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to reduce her liability to pay compensation. So, rather than looking high and low for some hairpins, Proving that the rented item was nowhere near worth what the vendor had claimed it to be was the more efficient solution. An Adeptus. Speaking of, you took part in that battle, didn't you? In which case, you would have heard what Granny said. Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by humans. The title of Adeptus means precious little to me compared to my job as a legal advisor. In any case, don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of today needs legal consultancy far more than it needs adeptal powers?
Paimon can think of someone who would definitely disagree with your reasoning.
Well, since we got what we came for, it's time to pay Granny a visit. I bet she's been on tenterhooks for a while now.
You've returned. Good, good. Then
well, if we're all set, Granny, I'll get going now. Got a ton of clients waiting for me back at the office.
Oh, you. All right, then. Go see to your business. Granny should be able to handle the rest.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh, yes, Traveler. Make sure you don't lose the business card I gave you. I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever bump into any trouble with the law, come find me directly. Regulars get discounts, too.
Come now, child. Are you leaving or are you not? If you have no wish to leave, perhaps you'd like to help me clean my teapot, hmm?
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Her father was hardly so riotous or fond of talking nonsense back in the day when he stood beside Rex Lapis. Ah, indeed she is. Liyue has changed, and the Adepti must also learn to change. Yanfei might be overly garrulous, but she is also the most intimately acquainted with the city among us all. Ah, Liyue is not the same place I once knew. All right, then. Let us speak of this no more. Back on topic. I believe that I still owe you a little gift.
Oh, Paimon's so excited! How is it made?
It is but a single teapot. It shan't take long at all. Just wait here for a moment. There we go. This Serenity pot is all yours now. Hold it firmly. If you were to drop it, oh goodness, who knows what might happen. Take these blueprints with you as well. You'll need them if you wish to make your teapot a little more lively inside.
Wait a minute, Granny. How exactly are we supposed to use this teapot?
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already arranged for a certain little helper to await you within this teapot.
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
You've got it! You got it! What is it? What is it? Is it another Paimon? Victory is almost ours! Whoa! Nice catch! Steady now! It's the final... What is it? What is it? Is it another Paimon? Victory is almost ours! Look at that! Quick, let's go show... Yeah! You nearly got it! Wow, Paimon's stomach is rumbling already! Steady now, it's the final... Whoa, nice catch! Yeah! You nearly got him! Whoa! Nice catch!
Into the wind. Time to go.
So lively. So many.
Follow. Yeah.
What should I try this time?
Time to. Time to go. Follow the wind. Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to end my stream. Until next time, please don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. You can follow my Twitter and my Twitch. Tomorrow I will try to stream on Twitch. If not, maybe on Friday. So that's all. Today is only a short stream for today because we're going to take step by step to take this side quest before I will go to the main quest. But we're going to do the storyline from Jin, and then after that, if I finish that, we're going to go in Inazuma, which means it's far, far away in here. So I will figure it out how going to I travel it. So until next time, Spidey Widow signing out.